like asking stupid questions or talking during the lecture, and missing the evil eye from the professor. Excessive body odor, audible snoring, or my personal anathema, being a trendy douche. So I wasn't too surprised when I became aware of such a guy during the first week of fall semester. Typical previous BMOC of his high school, used to toadies toadying. Still expecting it, still getting it. Frat guy. Casual but affluent clothes, expensive haircut, self-important smile, perfect teeth, and the requisite cute girlfriend. Likely majors, econ, poli-sci, finance. He annoyed me on sight. Biased of me, sure, but it's not like my opinion mattered. He paid attention in class and asked competent questions, so he was unlikely to need tutoring, though that didn't preclude him from showing up to the study sessions I administered for Dr. Heller 3 times a week. Often the brightest students made up most of the group. The first semester I did supplemental instruction. Last fall, I paid close attention during Heller's lectures. I'd made an A in his class, but it had been a year since I took it, and economics isn't a stagnant field. I didn't want a student asking me a question in the middle of a tutoring session that I couldn't answer. By the third semester, my 4th sitting through the class, I didn't really need to be there, but class attendance was part of the tutoring gig, and it was easy money. So there I sat, bored off my ass on the back row, working on assignments from my senior-level courses, sketching out design project ideas, keeping an ear on where the lecture was going so I could stay on topic during my sessions, and resolutely ignoring my pointless dislike of the conceited sophomore sitting in the center of the class with his accessory of a girlfriend. But by the end of that first week, my attention was straying to her. Since childhood, drawing has been a comforting diversion, and sometimes an escape. My mother was an artist, and I don't know if she discerned that I had a natural aptitude for it or if it was a learned skill resulting from her early encouragement and plenty of practice. All I know was that by the time I was 5 or 6, paper and pencil were my way of relating to the world, my personal form of meditation. Once I began college, most of my drawings became mechanical or architectural in nature, probably unavoidable given my mechanical engineering studies. But even in my free time, I rarely sketched bodies or faces anymore. I had little desire to do it. Until her. Entering and exiting class, her boyfriend sometimes held her hand, but it was like he was holding a lead, not the hand of a girl he cared about. Before class, he talked football, politics, music, and frat particulars like Rush or upcoming parties, with other guys like him and guys who wanted to be like him. Nearby girls bestowed sidelong glances he pretended to ignore. Somehow, while he was preoccupied with everything and everyone around him except her, I suddenly couldn't see anything else. She was beautiful, sure, but in a university with 30,000 undergrads, that was hardly riveting. If not for my initial annoyance with her boyfriend, I might never have noticed her at all. Once I realized how often my gaze drifted over her, I consciously fought the inclination, but it was no use. There was nothing in the room as interesting as this girl. What fascinated me first and foremost were her hands, specifically her fingers. In class, she sat next to him, wearing a loose smile, sometimes quietly conversing with him or others nearby. She didn't look unhappy, but her eyes were almost vacant at times, like her mind was elsewhere. During those moments, though, her hands, her fingers, were performing. At first I thought she had a nervous habit, like Heller's daughter, Carly, who'd never stopped moving since the day she was born. Carly was forever tapping a fingernail or a foot, jiggling a knee, talking. The only thing I've seen calm her was petting Francis, my cat. This girl wasn't tapping her fingers restlessly, though. Her movements were methodical, synchronous.